So in this video, we're going to describe how to actually do a title search. This is Dave at titlesearch.com, and running a title search is a pretty straightforward process, but it's very tedious and complicated. Here's how you do it. You start out, there's a record of each event in that property's history located in some public access records room where that property is located. In most parts of the country, it's in the county. So you first have to find out what county the particular property is located in, or what city the county is located in. And what will happen is the records will be distributed over 4 or maybe 5 different records offices. Typically, there'll be a deed recorder's office. That will have many of the direct property recordings, deeds, liens, mortgages, assignments of mortgages. There may be a second records office for judgment. That will usually be the civil court record. Sometimes the court reporter will have that, so that's number 2. Number 3 will be the probate records office. They will have records concerning any divorce, death in the family, other family events that affect property records. Sometimes even child support liens will be held there. The 4th location will be the tax assessor's office. That won't have any property or title records per se, but it will have information on the tax status of the property, and also things like parcel numbers and legal descriptions. It's usually a place to start. So you have to go from one records room to another in the correct order. You usually start with the tax assessor's office, get the property card, flip it over on the back, and you'll get the legal description and the parcel number, and then you'll get at least a name to start with. Then you take that name over to the recorder's office. In the recorder's office, there will be a grantor-grantee index. The grantor-grantee index, where you'll run that name, it'll spit out a list of document numbers. Usually there'll be a book. It won't even spit out a list. You'll open up a book and it'll have a list of document numbers. Each one of those documents is a piece of paper that has the name from the assessor's office on that piece of paper. You pull all those documents. On average, when we run a title search, there's maybe 50 or 60 different documents that you'll have to look at. Read through each one. First of all, see if it's the same person. Some people may have the same name as your property owner. Eliminate the ones that are a different person, and then eliminate the documents which are for a different property, because a person may own more than one property in the same county. Once you have those, you duplicate that process by going over to the civil court records office and pulling the same type of paper documents from that office. Running the name index, pulling things like judgments or liens or tax liens from the civil court office. From there, you will go over to the probate records office and do the same thing. You want to run all the names, and even maiden names or alternate spellings, or if it's a corporation, alternate spellings of the corporation. Once that's complete, just double check to make sure in your particular county there's not something like a prothonotary records office or some supplemental records office that needs to be checked in addition to those 4 places. Last but not least, the Secretary of State in the state capital may have things like UCC records or other property violations at the state level that could affect the property. Once you have all those pieces of paper, take them and do what's called abstracting. Read through each one, see which records are still active, which ones aren't. For example, if there's a lien, you may find that that lien has been released at a later date. Or in one piece of paper, there may be a reference to another encumbrance on a property that wasn't found in the index records. Typically, we allocate between 8 to 10 man-hours of research for every property. Usually it's about 2 hours per location, 2 hours in the land records, 2 hours in civil court, maybe a little less in probate. But altogether, it's about 8 to 10 man-hours worth of research for a title search. If you're an individual and the search isn't for a really important or crucial purpose, you'll probably get it about 80 or 90% right yourself. You may miss a couple liens here and there, but if you go through the process and have some patience, you can probably get it done. What will be the cost? Well, that's the good news. If you do the search yourself in the land records, other than the 8 to 10 man-hours worth of research time, there's almost no cost. The copies of the documents from the county may cost 50 cents or $1 a page, may cost you $40 or $50 for copies, but you can do all the work yourself and get it mostly 80 or 90% right if you're a layperson without any kind of training. If you do have questions about running a search, or even to find out where the locations are of those 4 records office in your county, you can call us up. You can reach us at our website, titlesearch.com. We'd be glad to give you the physical locations where you have to go. A couple things to keep in mind. Don't make the mistake of trying to do a search online. Any records you're going to find on the internet or online records won't be complete. They won't be the official records. They may be dated or not carry every lien in it. If you order a title search online, that's okay, as long as you know that the person or company doing it is physically pulling the records from the official sources. If you do have more questions, you can reach us at titlesearch.com, and we'd be glad to help.